Warning, this Bitcoin data is very important. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. In today's video, 2 news items, 4 amazing charts, inspirational quote, short but very powerful video from the beach again here in Bangtao. The beach is getting a little bit worse now. Look, this is the rainy season coming, the most sun coming, which means the sea is pulling up. So the waves come all the way almost to the forest, and that leaves a lot of trash on the beach now, guys. There's a lot of plastic. The sea is bringing back what we throw into the sea, so they soon need to start cleaning up, guys. But let's quickly jump into the news to show you that very important data. Amazing waves. You want to go surfing? I think it's good for surfing. Bam! The first news item, guys, as of May, 93.3% of the Bitcoin supply has been mined, guys. 93.3% of the Bitcoin supply has been mined, which leaves us another 6.5% that needs to be mined. To be very clear, in the year 2035, we will arrive at 99% of the Bitcoin supply being mined. But then, from 2035, it will take all the way till the year 2140 for the last Bitcoin to be mined. So we have a lot of years ahead of us for new Bitcoins to be released to the market. It's going to be in total 116 years before the last Bitcoin will be mined, guys. But by the year 2035, 99% will be available. Now, that would mean 21 million Bitcoins in 2140. But as most analytical companies at the moment estimate, around 3 million Bitcoins is lost forever. So that would lead to a supply of maximum 18 million Bitcoins that we can really use by the year of 2140. Now, that is even better, because then Bitcoin is even more scarce than we already thought. We were thought 21 million Bitcoin. Maybe in the future it will only be 18 million Bitcoin. So that's a very scarce asset, guys. I think it's the most scarce, it's a huge wave, most scarce asset that we have. So please understand this. This is of course the opposite of gold, which is increasing with 1.7% in supply each and every year. So gold is 1.7% increasing every year. Bitcoin is decreasing because of the halvenings, guys. Gold is increasing, Bitcoin decreasing. Which one do you think is more scarce? Which one do you think will become the new store of value? Which one will be the best performing store of value of the last generations, of the last decades? Of course, this is going to be Bitcoin. It already has been Bitcoin for the last 10 years. It's going to be Bitcoin for the next 10 years and maybe even for the next 50 years. Bitcoin is going to outperform gold in each and every way. And please try to fly with 10 kilos of gold from Thailand to Europe or to America. Impossible. A kilo of gold is already impossible. Now fly with billions of dollars of Bitcoin. Definitely possible. And that's just one reason why it will become the best performing store of value gold of the 21st century asset. Please understand this. Bitcoin is not this silly meme token, silly game, silly multi-level marketing, silly whatever the people try to fool you with. Bitcoin is not that. Bitcoin is one of the biggest assets of the entire industry in the entire world, guys. We are bigger already than many fiat currencies of many countries. There's more transactions being done than on Visa card or MasterCard combined. Bitcoin is massive. It's insane how big Bitcoin is. And if you still don't own your part of the Bitcoin, that would be the most stupid thing at the moment. You should be accumulating Bitcoin more than you accumulate fiat currencies on your bank account. They will make you poor, they will keep you poor, they will create more inflation. Bitcoin will make you rich, will keep you rich, and protect your capital against future inflation, guys. Simple as that. Now, that was the first news item. The second news item is also a very important one, because yesterday on the Bitcoin event in Las Vegas was announced that yes, President Trump is supporting the Bitcoin Act. And the Bitcoin Act is an act where the United States of America will start to buy 1 million Bitcoins in total. And it's going to be divided in 5 years, so each year 200,000 Bitcoins adding to the United States country's reserve. And that is a huge step, because we know now for sure that the next 5 years every year there will be a demand of 200,000 Bitcoins. Now, if you calculate how many Bitcoins will be mined next year and the year after, that's in total around 160,000 Bitcoins. So only the United States already is buying all the new mined Bitcoins. Then we are not talking about the rest of the demand all over the world has with institutional investors, retail investors, other governments, other countries, other pension funds. All of these guys have the demand for Bitcoin. And only the United States is already going to buy 200,000 each and every year now for the next 5 years when that Bitcoin Act is fully approved. And they just stated yesterday in the Las Vegas Bitcoin meetup, yes, President Trump is fully supporting it. They are just putting the dots on the I's and preparing some stablecoins act, etc. as well before they will start to accumulate that 1 million Bitcoins. Please do your calculations. Start to do your own research. Start to research how many Bitcoins only will be created each and every year during this halving till 2028, because from 2028 it will be even less Bitcoin each and every year. But the next coming years, just calculate, do your research. How many Bitcoins will be mined, how much demand is growing, and then you come back and tell me, what do you think, how the price will react? I think that before you know it, 4 or 8 years, we will see Bitcoin prices way above $1 million per Bitcoin. And yes, in 4 to 8 years, you can come back to me and tell me if I was right again. Because yes, since 2014, I have been right all the time. But somebody in the comments said, Didi, you don't need any confirmations to yourself to stop wasting time and telling people that you were right, because we all know that you were right. That was the best positive comment of yesterday, guys. Now, to show you what is happening to Bitcoin, I'm going to deep dive into the charts now. 5 amazing charts that you need to see at the moment that will show you what I expect for this summer in Bitcoin, because the summer is a very strange period. But I'm going to compare what happened the last couple of summers now on the charts. Bam! Welcome to the chart section, guys. Let's jump into those charts now to show you what I see happening in Bitcoin at the moment and what I expect for the next upcoming weeks, guys. This is the first chart. This is not the first chart, it's the wrong one in my screen now, but I'm going to adjust that now. Bam, quickly to this one there. There we are. I'm not going to change that. Don't edit that at all. Now, here we are, guys, 4-hour chart. On this 4-hour chart, sideways movement at the moment. You know, we are a little bit in an uptrend, like trying to go up, but we are, it's sideways movement. I can't make anything else out of this. If you just check it like this, we are moving from there till there in this box. That's what we are doing at the moment. And we can keep moving in those boxes for some time, but we will escape out of these boxes. Just give you an example. Here, we were moving in this box as well. Do you see? We kept moving inside that box, and then bam, we broke out. Now again, we are creating this new box, and that's how Bitcoin has been moving every time during this bull market. Over here, we were moving in that box. You can see that box, we were moving in it, a little bit bigger box here inside this box, and when we broke out, bam, we break out. That is just exactly Bitcoin's move in the last, like the full year already on the box, outside the box. You can see this every time. So at the moment, we are forming this box again. How long is this box going to take? I don't think that it's going to be too long. I think it will be within June that we explode out of this box. I expected it already like towards the end of May. We didn't. So now, probably somewhere beginning of June, bam, explode to that 120K level that I had over there. Maybe it's going to be then somewhere over here. But I still have that target in my charts, guys. Now, weekly, amazing chart. I just love what I see. I can see the RSI again, like the last time. Ooh, pulling back. No, next week when we close higher, it will go up again. You know, we still have the upward potential just to draw this as well. Look, this is the highest level where we went in the RSI. That is where we can go. Look to the left. That is where we went with the purple line to the top of that box. We can still go to the top of that box. It's the 88 to the 89, maybe even 90, guys. It's all possible. So don't be worrying too much that it's not possible. In my opinion, RSI still has a lot of potential on the weekly. And yes, we will see a pullback. And then again, another run into that massive top, guys. Now, after that, guys, I do think that the summer is going to be boring. And why do I say that? Because if I go back to all of the summers, let's jump into this chart now. Because this is also the weekly chart that I have been writing a lot of data on, but it's a little bit different. Like, let's go into the summers. Now, let's see. This is the moment we are nearing June. What did we do previous June and July? Now, this was the previous June and July over there, April, May, June. Here, June started there, and that was June and July. Even all the way till September, October, look, moving inside this box. Not much movement, yes, it's from 70K all the way to 60K, so it's a 10K movement continuously, but then we broke out. Now, the summer before that, May, here is April, May, here we have June, is starting over there. June till August, September, October. What did we do? Let me make that box a little bit bigger that you see where I'm at the chart. This is this area. In this area, we kept moving inside that box. Sideways all summer. And still like 30 to 20K, 25K, so it's a big movement, 5K, yeah, that's almost 20%, but inside the box, end of the summer, bam, we exploded. Okay? Now, let's go to the summer before that. The summer before that was over here. That was the bear market summer. In the bear market, you don't even need to compare it to the bull market. There will be downward movements all the way down. Now, back to the bull market phase. Over here, June and July. Let me go and make that box again. Here is May, there is June. June, all the way till there, October. And what happened in October? Yes, you can guess it. June to October was like sideways, 10K movements. And what happened there? Bam, we exploded up. Every time the same. Now this bull market is looking mostly like the summer probably of 2017, as the whole bull market is almost a copy of 2017. Now what happened in 2017, April, May, June, beautiful up. You can see this going up, 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 up all the way till June. Then June, we crash all the way till the summer, the beginning of August. Sideways movement, and then again up. So yes, each and every summer we had a very boring period, guys. So this is also what I expect for next summer. I expect that on next summer, like end of June, July, and then August, will be boring. Could be 10K movements, but won't give us those ultimate pushes that we expect. We can see a big push coming now, that's what I believe. A big push all the way up to 120K, which in my opinion is very big. And from that 120K push, we can see a pullback into the end of June, July, and then we have a sideways month. July, sideways August, September-ish, we start to go up again, tease it. You will see the news telling, oh, the last part of the bull market started in October, bam, we flash it up to a new all-time high of 160K, or maybe even into November, but I believe it will be 17 months after halving in October. Okay, those were amazing charts. Now we can jump into the Bitcoin indicator panels dashboard of charts.bitbo.io. I use this one a lot because if a lot of these indicators are green, that's an amazing moment to buy for me. And of course I have my favorites that I always track, like the Pi cycle top. For me, it's important to see if we are nearing the bull market top. Now we are not even close. This blue line that's now at 90K needs to be crossing or touching that purple line for me to be able to call a bull market top. And the purple line is now 160,000 US dollar, guys. That's a slow average and that's a fast average. So yes, the blue one moves faster than the slow average. So yes, no bull market top indicator yet. Is my face on the right place? Let me double check. Maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's not that interesting with my small eyes. Still need to recover from the last birthday. Then we go into another chart that I like, for example, is the Meyer multiple. Where are we in the Meyer multiple? We are in the yellow area. Like for me to call a bull market top, I need to be at least in that dark orange area near the orange top line, or even in the red area, like red dots. That's for me when the Meyer multiple is telling, hey, this is a bull market top. We don't see a bull market top now. It's just not the bull market top. Now let's go even further. Let's go to the power law oscillator. Like all of these charts, I use them all to determine if I have a bull market top or not. The purple line, this high at these levels of 0.51, bull market top area. This 0.07, this is not bull market top area. I hope you all understand this. Now, then we have the Puel multiple, of course, also very interesting indicator, also not indicating a bull market top. We have so many of those. Like, it's just unbelievable that people think that this is the top. That's why people are selling, because they think this is the top. We are not near the top. Those tops, look how high. 1.95 was a bull market top. Here was a little bit low, 1.6 the bull market top. We are now at 1.1. This is not the bull market top, guys. Now, let's jump into more charts that you really need to see today. That is, first of all, this one. This one is showing you the Bitcoin price on May 27th. That was yesterday, of course, but showing you 109,925. May 24, 70K. May 23, 26K. May 22, 28K. May 21, bull market, 38K. So this 21 was a bull market, bear market, sideways market, bull market again. And that's how it moves. Yes, high. We will go a little bit lower next 2 years. High. This will be a high. 109K will be very high. 2026 and 27 will be lower than 109,000. So you will always, if you sell today at 109K, you will be able to buy back next May in 2026 lower than 109K. Because that happened here in the bull market. You sold at 38K in May. You bought back the year after for 28K. It's a 10K profit. It's very interesting to see that it will play out again. Please be aware that we also have the bull market top in 2017, and May we were only 2K. And 2018, then the bear market, we were at 7K and even higher. So it doesn't always play out, but normally here, bull market May, next year, lower. So 2017 was a little bit different than those two, but that if you even look 2021, high, lower. So for me, probability that you will be able to buy Bitcoins lower than 109K is definitely there next year. Now, of course, Plans B model is still on track at the moment. The important part that you need to notice on this chart now is that it's getting an orange dot. It's getting an orange dot. And that orange dot is mostly a dot that's indicating, okay, now we are going to go a little bit more steeply. And that was over here. And that first orange dot, then we went steep up. Over there, orange dot, steep up. Over here, even the orange dots, we went again steep up into yellow. So please understand, it's a month until the next halving, what these colors represent. But mostly when we near that orange dot means we're nearing 17 months after the halving. And the closer we get to 17 months after the halving, to the more topish, bullish we will get with those dots, guys. Okay, very interesting charts. Now that were all the charts, let's jump into the next part. Use my special link down below here to sign up to Bybit and claim your amazing bonus up to 30,000 US. You will receive $30 for just signing up. Use my link down below and click it now. I hope you really enjoy the charts, guys. Short term, yes, as always, volatility, beautiful to trade. Algorithms performing pretty well, DDBAM community, all the educational value that you can get just by owning 10,000 DDBAM token is insane, guys. It's literally insane. Just check it out, because if you check out what you can do by just owning 10,000 DDBAM tokens and connect that to the Telegram group that we have, you get a shitload of trading education, but also a lot of trading tools that will help you. The two newest tools that we are breaking out is, of course, the portfolio tracker. Soon we will also have a whale tracker, guys. Please go check it out, guys, and just check it. You can always buy 10,000 tokens, check the group, and if you don't like it, sell the 10,000 tokens again. It's not that you pay a subscription or something. You buy 10,000 DDBAM tokens, you check out if you like what we are building for you. If you don't like it, you sell the tokens. And yes, the token has been stable now for months. Every time around 10 cents, guys, so don't be afraid. It's just $1,000 in tokens and you get access as long as you want. And if you don't want access anymore, you just sell the tokens and you're done. That's all. We don't ask monthly subscription, nothing, guys. If you want extra stuff, then you become a DDBAM VIP, gold or silver, and then you get access to all the meetups that you're creating. Next meetup will be in Europe, and I think that list is already closed and full now. But we will also, of course, do a next meetup again in Asia somewhere in the end of the year. So make sure you become a DDBAM Gold to be able to access the gold meetups. And yes, in the future, we will also do a meetup for gold, silver and bronze members, but that will be more like a meetup for a day or something, not for a whole week or a weekend like we did here in Phuket, guys. For the long term, guys, I don't expect anything different, as I have been sharing with you already for years now. The top will be in the end of this year. September, October, November, that period there, I believe the first week of October, the top will be around 160,000 US dollar. I'm not shifting my top higher because that's still the target that the charts are showing me at the moment. If I would change my opinion about that, I would definitely let you know, of course, in these videos. So make sure you already subscribe to this channel and of course hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time when I make a video, guys. Now, that were the charts. Let's now jump into the last part. The inspirational quote for today, guys. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Please think about this. And we can't change the situation around us, or we can't change other people, whatever it is, we will be challenged to change ourselves. Because we will need to start adapt to that new situation in the way that we will be happy to be adapting to that new situation. And yes, sometimes you think, I will never be happy, I will be never accepting it, I will never do it. In the end, we are forced to do it because else we can't go further. And we need to grow further. And to be growing further, sometimes you need to adapt to a new situation. And that's one of the biggest challenges that we fight in a daily life. Because it's very difficult to admit that you need to adapt or that you need to change to be fitting still in this new situation. So that's why the inspirational quote for today is, when we can't change certain situations anymore, we will be challenged to change ourselves. It's something that you will run into daily. The waves are really high, guys. Look, this is like, look what is coming over there. I need to adapt to this situation. Normally I was walking really beautifully flat on the seaside over there. Now I need to walk almost here in the forest to be able to avoid the waves. And I can't do anything to change that. I can't change those waves. I can't change the weather. I can't change the influence that the world has on those waves. So what do? I need to adapt. And of course, there's a stupid example, but it's also a small example of, yeah, I can worry about it, I can try to change it, or I just accept it and I go with the flow and I change myself. I'm going to walk somewhere where it's a little bit more difficult because of the hill like this, but still, I'm making my videos. So I think it's a very important quote for everyone, and I think the next 10 years, there will be a lot of changes. As long you keep believing, for example, in the fiat currency world, as long you keep believing in your bank accounts, you will be one of the persons that will be required to adopt a shitload. A shitload. Why? Because if you hodl your fiat currencies, the only thing you will be receiving for them will be central banks' digital currencies. And then when everybody is fully in those central bank digital euros, at that moment, they will start to change many rules, many laws. And they will have you by the throat by then. They will be like, they will be choking you like you choke your wife during a sex play. I don't know if that's a good comparison, but because the one is fun and the other one is not so fun. But that's what's going to happen. If you believe in fiat currencies, they will be doing that. They will tell you, nah, it's time to wear the mask again, and if you don't do that, I freeze your bank account. So you will be required to change a lot. You will be required to continuously, every and each moment, to change yourself, to adapt to these new situations. The moment you hodl a decentralized currency like Bitcoin, they will have less power and less control on you. Because you say to them, whatever you do, I'm not going to agree, and you can't take anything from me because I own decentralized Bitcoins. You can't freeze them, you can't confiscate them, you can't even find them. It is my currency that I'm able to use all over the world. And if you don't want to accept it, I will move to another country where I can spend those currencies. At least you can't freeze them, you can't confiscate them. For the next 10 years, it will be 10 years of shitloads of changes that if you're not flexible, you will have difficulties to be adapting to all these changes. And that's of course also why I started with this quote today, guys. Because the moment you can't change the environment anymore, you can't change whatever is in front of you, that is the moment you will be required to change yourself. And that is of course why I took this quote today. Because I think it's a very inspirational quote. I think it's very important to be able to understand that you can't change the situation and that you need to change yourself. And I think it's way more easy when flexibility is your new stability. So when you are not fixed to a certain area and you can move around and you can escape certain situations, so you don't need to adapt yourself. You know, that like we did, like we escaped the Netherlands because we didn't want to adapt anymore to the Dutch system. So either we change ourselves, or we need to run that hamster wheel and adopt to the control system. We didn't want the Dutch control system, so we changed ourselves into digital nomads and start to travel the world fully all in Bitcoin. And I think that step a lot of people will be taking in the next couple of years, guys, because it will get worse and worse and worse. 2026 January is a very important year when it comes to your finances. If you don't change before the 1st January of 2026, you will be required to change yourself and accepting all the financial changes and all the taxes and exit taxes and crypto profit taxes that you need to pay in the Netherlands, for example. Or you change yourself now and you escape that regime. But yeah, that was a positive inspirational quote at the end of this video. Yeah, with a little bit of fun, of course. But I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and leave a comment. And yes, no bikini babes today. I think it's getting low season, rainy season, less and less people on the beach. Maybe it's time for me also to leave to Europe again and spend amazing time there with all the crypto people in Europe, guys. Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing Wednesday and see you tomorrow again. Bam.